What's up guys, Matt with BleepinJeep, everything off-road, none of the boring stuff. Today I'm going to show you the most accurate possible way to do an alignment on your Jeep, car, or truck at home. Let's get started. Now if you're a fan of BleepinJeep, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Now in previous videos I showed you how to do your own alignments using things like angle iron and magnets and ratchet straps and levels, but those can be somewhat inaccurate. So let's get rid of the headache and let me show you this. This is a new tool that will get a super accurate alignment. You don't need ratchet straps, you don't need magnets. I'm going to show you and demonstrate on the wife's Project J-Lo. The first thing you want to do is make sure the wheels are straight. Then we're going to jack up the front and remove the wheels and tires. Now we need to set this back down on the ground to get the best possible alignment. It's really not going to matter that much if the vehicle's new, but if you've got worn out ball joints or some other worn components, it's going to vary slightly when you set the weight back down. So what we're going to do is find a big wooden block or find some ramps, something that's very stable. Set this back down on the brakes very carefully. Before you set your rotor down for good, make sure that it's in the right spot so that your tool will fit on here. You'll notice that there's different slots cut in here on both sides so that it'll fit all of the different bolt patterns. This one is right here. Make sure that you're not hitting on your brake caliper, and you want it to be somewhat flat or level with the ground, and then you're going to put two lug nuts back on and tighten them down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, if you have a buddy, this is where they come in, but if not, there's a perfect hook right here for your tape measure, and then you go to the other side. Now do that on both sides, the front and back, and you have the perfect way to measure your toe. Now what you want is to be straight ahead and then toed end just ever so slightly, an 1/8 inch or less. And we've got some little numbers here. If you look closely, sometimes when you find your toe factory specs, they might be in degrees or inches. So 1/32 of an inch toed in is also 0.08 degrees, and 1/16 toed in is also 0.16 degrees, because in the book for the specs you might find degrees and not inches. So what that means is you want this front measurement to be 1/16 of an inch, basically shorter than the rear measurement, and that would be, following this chart, 0.16 degrees toed in. If you need 0.08 degrees toe in, it's going to be 1/32 of an inch shorter in front. That's almost exactly the same measurement, just the tiniest bit toed in. So now, find your tie rod. Now if you don't know which one that is, you need to watch some more of my videos, but basically it's the one that goes from knuckle to knuckle or wheel to wheel. Don't mess with any of the other ones. This is the one that adjusts your toe. So we're going to loosen that. This one has a bracket on either side. If you have a steering stabilizer or something that attaches to your tie rod, you might have to loosen that too, because next we're going to have to turn this to adjust the toe in or toe out. It is threaded on either end. Either end is opposite threads. So by adjusting this, by turning this, it's going to rotate your knuckles, your wheels and tires out or in, and that's how we get our adjustment on the toe for your alignment. Check it out, 69.5, 69 11/16. I've got too much toe in. I need to move this out. So when you look at this, watch the threads And when you start to turn it, you'll see if it's going in or out. I just went out a little bit. We're going to do this in small increments. We'll come back and check. Actually taped the other side on so I wouldn't have to worry about it falling off since I am doing this by myself. Alright, I'm within 1/8 of an inch. So very, very small increments, like I said. Just barely turn that thing. And for you folks across the pond, metric might be the way to go. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to use. Since the increments are smaller, you can get it more precise. So I've got it within 1 millimeter on both sides. Once you get it where you want it, dialed in, I've got it 1/32 of an inch towed in, which is going to be perfect. Then we can tighten everything up. Now I'm going to pick it up, smack it around a little bit, and then I'm going to drop it back down, and I'm going to check it one more time just to verify that nothing has moved. Everything looks good here. Once you're satisfied with that measurement, we're going to jack it up, put the wheels back on, and we're done. So why do you need to do an alignment? Well, maybe you added a bigger, beefier tie rod. On some vehicles, maybe you changed the drag link. Maybe you hit a curb and things just aren't right anymore. Maybe you added a lift kit. Maybe you bent your tie rod and you bent it back to the best of your ability, but your alignment is off now. There's a lot of reasons. If you're like me, I'm always adding lift kits, adding different suspension components, and a tool like this just makes it super simple to do my own quick alignment at home. Do you have to use this tool? Absolutely not. You can take a tape measure off your tire's tread. You can put some angle iron on there. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but they're not very accurate. This is accurate, quick, and simple. I'll leave a link below as well where you can find this. BleepinJeep.com/store. It's made out of stainless steel, not going to rust. Super quick, super accurate. And for the price, less than the price of a single alignment, you can do 100, 1,000 alignments on your own. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys watching, guys. You're the best.